Welcome, welcome. We are back with part 2 of our Elerian Fiefdoms campaign. At the end of the last session, we had beaten the Mentar Quanta after they attacked us. We took a couple of their systems, and our fleet, we were getting busily absolutely battered by void worms on one of our planets, hence this one. They're bombing Jaltham Prime. But our fleet has returned. We can repair our fleet, and we can also get some reinforcements. So we'll quickly repair this fleet, run up, and try and murder these dudes before they murder our planet. So let's get underway. We can be on speed 5. What was I thinking about doing? Yes, so this Forge World, we really don't make that much noise though, do we? This helping, I don't imagine. I'm gonna try and focus on that planet because we need it. Like, all of our resources are short. It's not good. So we've got to do something about that. Kind of hoping that taking this stuff down here would, no, but look how few resources are already there. We do have a spare science ship doing nothing at the moment. Why don't you explore, sir? Love's Labor's Lost. Is that a real book? It is. I was listening to a thing about, what was that about? I was listening to a thing about old about Shakespearean books that have been lost to time, and I think Love's Labor Lost was a story that was I think there's an argument that either it was a that it was an alternate name for a extant play, for a play that we have now, and I can't remember which one, or that it was a fully lost story, or that Love's Labor 1 was a reported but never read, and certainly not current and not available to us now, follow on to Love's Labor Lost. But I don't know enough about Shakespeare to know. But it was that's why I recognize that name. Okay. Having decrypted the signal, Sobek was okay, there was apparently a prelude to this part. Having decrypted the signal, Sabak was astonished to discover it was broadcasting in an archaic form of one of the main Elerian fiefdoms languages. Speaking in these thous and whenceforths, it appears to be reciting one of the lost works of Tyrann, a renowned Elerian fiefdoms playwright who lived some 600 years ago. It appears that the broadcasting device, a simple satellite dish protected by a small shelter, is the only non-natural structure on the moon. There is no hint as to who left it there or why, but going by the wear and tear on the device, it must have been there since shortly after the play was first written, long before Elerian fiefdoms learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume that it was left there by ancient visitors to Draconis, who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. Further evidence of the superiority of the Elerian race, unity, and happiness sounds really good for 5 years. Or abhorrent to suppress this nonsense about alien visitations. 5 years worth of extra unity and happiness is nice, but we're the bad guys, and influence is nice, and influence lets us occupy new crap and lots of it. So I think we're going to go for that. We need to be, we need to be expanding out into all of this ASAP. How are our fleets looking? They're meant to be, okay, they are still returning. Where are they? Okay, they're there.
Council agenda available.
think that was saying that they were repaired, right? Believe so. Let's go fight some void worms. Hurrah! Oh, it's only one void worm. Yeah, we'll slap him. We're going to run out of consumer goods soon. To be expected. Fusion power and physics research and improved deflectors. Good. And repairs complete. Good. Alright, let's go. This guy going over to explore that, rather than the system that he was in, is, let's see. Okay, we've basically explored all of this crap. We haven't explored up through here, but we will. We'll go batter through those guys. Steal their crap. Abandoned amusement park. The structures on Valdoon 5 are not as old as we first believed. It is a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Sobak notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, from the builder's alien point of view, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Elerian Fiefdomites, I don't know what, to us, to we Elerians, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. We got a spiraling attraction. Interesting that I haven't got the agenda to... No, isn't it an agenda? The project to build a... whatever that thing's called. Oh. Oh, that's what's happened. Okay, the void worms have come down here, their capital, and are bombarding their capital. But that's okay. I'm going to do this anyway. Not before I do that. And then after that, you can continue. No, after that, we'll give him a new job to do. I don't want him getting battered. Okay, there we go. Good. We are running close to the wire on our goods, unfortunately. What's this guy up to? Oh yeah, cool. Very nice, very nice. More expandy. Get this influence spent. Okay, so we ended up being 3k by the time we found him, and we didn't lose a ship. Very nice. Signs of battle. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Roscan 2 at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the ISS Rothinker, the Enlightened, have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Carb is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Intriguing. Where is that? Right there. Yep, you can research that while you're here, pal. God damn, look at these numbers. Oh, at least we've got a good amount of trade. Okay. That's less horrifying. Excuse me, making odd noises. I have eaten strangely this weekend, and is complaining. 0.5's chance of support. Free. I'll just go for this one. I like debris. I like getting free research and stuff. Scientist revealed a psychic. Good. Science ship effects, survey speed, archaeology skill, and astrift skill. Me? I wonder which one it was. The science ships. They're not science ships, that's why. That one is psionic. That one is not. That one is not. And that one is. Alright, good. I wonder if people are moving here. We've got 400 jobs here. I wonder if we should resettle some people. Oh, these guys have 200 spare specialist jobs here. What? No. I'm used to there being a resettle button at window. Hang on, what? Oh. Yeah, we're just going to move some specialists across. See that it doesn't show us that there's spare specialists. That window is just weird. What? Didn't I move? Oh, did it fill out the medical worker jobs, maybe? I don't know. Have 500 of those. Okay, there we go. Cool. While conducting surface scans of Hilga 3, I can't actually make out what that says. Hilga 3. Scientists Sobak aboard the ISS Lizamont the Green discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock, covered in alien writing. No other signs of alien activity on the planet have been detected, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We've prepared a special project to translate the text. Very good. That's our boss. But we want to reset. What's the deal there? Okay, we've got mining drones. We should go smash them up, I guess. The reason why not. We've got a perfectly functional fleet. We can also get those. And yeah, we're expanding out here, so that's fine. Kill that, and then we'll go scout that with these as well. Just to make sure we're not going to get murdered if we send a science ship there by itself. Special project complete. As that guy just told us. The team under Science Officer Carb has finished the expedition on Roscan 2 and returned to the ISS to rethink the Enlightened. The Enlightened? The Enlightened. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. A permanent science outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our starship engineering efforts. Cool. Sounds good to me. It was not immediately apparent at the time, but the recent survey carried out by the ISS Rethink of the Enlightened seemingly sparked a breakthrough in the ongoing study of the mysterious alligates. When the report filtered back to the scientific community on Draconis. Cool. wouldn't have expected to get one of those at this point. Pretty happy with that. You're busy doing that. After you finish that, go there. After you finish that, go there. Alright, what are these guys' deals? They're getting jobs. We're just going to watch and learn. We're the bad guys. Oh, this is that mining world. Do you know what I intended to do and that I completely forgot to do? Look at what the shit these bastards do. Oh, we have 600 spare jobs here. Okay, they're mostly minor jobs. But we've got... Yep, okay, that's what's happening. We do already have an extra 10% pop growth, but we still have no one to do jobs. We have too many jobs and not enough people to do them, more concerningly. This is empty. I'm going to leave it empty because we want to... that's what we want to do. We want to wait for 4 months. No? That's not the right tech. I think I chose the wrong tech. I think I was thinking that I was choosing psionic focus, whatever the hell it's called, and the one that would let us unlock psionic. Oh, hang on, no. Maybe I did do it. Maybe it's already finished. Maybe I just need it on the bottom. Hey, there it is. We shall unlock the power within the Elerian Fiefdoms mines. Unlock agenda, psionic supremacy, research option gain, telepathy, and finishing effect is edict upkeep, -10, who cares, ascension perks unlocked, whatever, and shroud delve cooldown, okay. Let's do it. Since the dawn of our civilization, tales have flourished of mighty sorcerers wielding powers that can only be described as supernatural in nature. These rare Elerian fiefdom people could supposedly invade the minds of their fellows, lift heavy objects with merely a thought, or perform any number of other magical feats. Until recently, these stories were just that, stories. Now, however, our scientists have finally obtained conclusive evidence that proves the psionic potential inherent in certain Elerian fiefdoms individuals. Although only a very small minority of our species as a whole seems to be gifted with psionic powers, their numbers relative to the total population have grown steadily over just the last few centuries. Whether this is due to some kind of sudden evolutionary growth spurt, or because something has triggered latent psionic abilities that were always present in our genetic code, scientists cannot say. A glimpse, perhaps, of the future that awaits us. Alright. Cool. So, I think that means we've got a new agenda. I mean, it definitely does. That's what I'm pretty sure I read that. Oh, hey, what about this whole dumb thing? Active planetary decision would give us 10 points of the 100 we need. Promote a faction, we can do that. And establish a positive relationship. We're trying to? I think we're improving with immersions, right? No. Were we improving with the silicoids? Yes, we were, but they're not improving with us. Let's improve with immersions. And let's make sure that we're not ignoring contacts. We're not. Huh. I thought for sure we must have encountered someone else by now. This is just stark. I don't know what's going on here, but this hasn't moved as far as I know. Yeah, chat was saying last session that I just needed to finish the manifesti, but the manifesti stuck, and I think it's made that stuck as well. Oh well. Guess that's the end of my.
Ship has been destroyed.
Where? Ah. The void worm moved and murked our dude. Sucks. Alright. We do have another starbase down here. So let's get science ship on the go. We finished our exploration focus. Let's change over to one of the other focuses. Oh. Enact a planetary decision. What kind of planetary decisions do we have? How does one enact one nowadays? Okay. I think I really need to do that. Here we go. Spend 500 Unity to get 10 points for a thing that I don't even know what it does. Hooray! Oh god, they're all that development type now. Game, I tell ya. Let's do that one thing though. What I was thinking about previously. Defensive platform. I want a new one. That is only for I was gonna say some other words, but I've forgotten now. What were the other words I was gonna say? That are for oh yeah, for fighting the pulsar. So no, in fact we don't have those at all. Was and we don't need those at all. All the blue lasers. But do you know what we're gonna do? No, there's no shields required on a Yep, just this. So this is going to be a pulsar defender. Pulsar is good enough. We know what that means. Save you. Cool. So let's go here. Build pulsars. We only need 3. That's a 700 at the moment. It's going to be better. Seeking spacemen. The inhabitants of MoO2 have begun actively searching for signs of intelligent life beyond their world. As they prepare to boldly go where many have gone, we read this last time. I remember that boldly go thing. We will greet them with quake with fear, you tiny fools. We're on our way to murder that good. Should have a science ship popping out of there any second. There we go. Scientist Sobak. I'm gonna be able to read his name clean one time, I swear. Scientist Sobak has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on Ledger 3. The text contains a staggering amount of data, and the mural evidently serves as some sort of low-tech library. It describes in broad terms the collected technological knowledge of an alien civilization that dominated this region of the galaxy some 80 million years ago. A lot of it is already known to us, but the data does contain several promising leads for technologies we had yet to consider. There is enough data here to keep our scientists busy for decades, but we will need an orbital research facility to continue the translation efforts. Very nice. Now, what I should have checked is that we're going to go over our scientist limit again just because I feel like it. Hopefully, come on, show me a... Oh. Nope. Just geniuses everywhere. I was hoping for someone who was, good at doing archaeological sites, but that'll do. Hang on. I think maybe our boss is good at archaeological sites? No, 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 no. He is. He is better at archaeological sites than... yeah, so we're gonna move this guy here, but we're gonna swap them over.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
We have proven beyond any doubt that the galaxy is filled with life. Apart from the dominant species and nations, there are many others who traverse the stars. From time to time, exceptional individuals may arise to shake the foundations of galactic power. Although their alien ways may be strange or even repellent, harnessing the talents of such renowned leaders may prove a boon to our cause. Pretty nice. Our economy is poopy, but not poopy, terribly poopy. I was going to build a dimensional shrine here, wasn't I? Requires a wormhole, an astral scar, an astral rift, a algate, or a shroud tunnel. Oh! Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. I thought this was the thing that allowed us a shroud tunnel. Right, I need a lot of money for that. Shroud beacon. Okay, I can build a shroud beacon. That's a separate thing. Gotcha. So I kind of do like the idea of having it here, and then having a catapult here. But given that I can only have one at a time, it feels a bit wasteful, perhaps. Nah, screw it. I want to be able to move quickly. And then you're doing that. God. Okay, good. Boys battered that thing. We got xenolinguistics. That's what that event was before. Okay. Fleet command ability. Psionic army. A lot of research for a thing that we're only using very, very rarely. We're just going to go for that one. Where's our agenda? What agenda are we doing right now? Oh. Telepathy plus 25%. It really is tempting to switch this out. I'm not too fussed about this. It's nice, but it's you know, a bit surplus to our requirements. We've got very specific requirements, which are basically just rushing the stuff we need.
Construction complete.
Wow. Okay, we're not losing consumed. Yes, we are. The mummified remains of a single occupant. We've seen this one many times before. I'll read it anyway. Oh, this is the first one. That I haven't put this on YouTube for so long that I guess we may as well go through everything, right? The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found. The mummified remains have been found? Yes. Drifting in a high orbit over MoO2. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and maybe a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle, only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Science ship, you're doing nothing. I ever not. That's why. Because... I wouldn't have been able to change him at this point. Sorry, I wouldn't have been able to change him off that ship because the investigation order prevents that, but the movement order doesn't. So we're able to get around that restriction by putting in a movement order before he gets to his location. We should come back here and do this. Because, you know, hang on. We've got alloys. Let's just expand while we're here. I also want to get that one. Oh, I also want to get that one. What the hell am I doing? Okay, we'll go there. Okay, let's just buy some damn stuff. Yeah, we need to go there and do that. Get a construction ship going out there. We're having a battle out there. Good.
Construction complete.
Get shredded ancient mining drones. And I'm kind of tempted to not send the whole squad. I'm just going to send this one injured dude. Oh, with God, son. Oh, vaya con Dios. It doesn't... Needs to be led by a commander. Okay. Change of plan. We're all going. We're hoping for the best. Concentrated energy. The source of the unusual energy readings noted on Adamir 1 is confirmed to be a small blue orb. The scientists report that sensors pick up tachyons of reverse polarity. Symbols are carved into the ground around the object, perhaps placed there by an older civilization. It is unclear whether they are meant as an instruction or a warning. The full inscription is far from translated, but individual symbols seem related to the measuring of time and the relative positions of celestial objects in the Adamir system. Study the orb? Too dangerous. Leave it. We're going to study the orb. I don't know what that does, but we always study stuff. Why not? Head on over there, champion. You build that. Then Well, I just don't know. You there? Who's that one research place that we did? Who knows? I'd like you to go and research that project there, buddy. Over there. There's Khlija. What is the actual name of it? Khlilje. Khlilje. I don't even know. That's a proper Finnish word over there. No idea how to say that. Time flows like a river. Interesting. I was watching I queued up a thing that I was going to watch earlier that was talking about how time doesn't flow. And I didn't get to watch it, so I haven't got any comments to make. But yeah. I think the concept of the video was going to be that time already has existed and that we just feel it change around us, but that's an optical illusion. It's going to be my guess what they're going to say, but it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. Anyway, time flows like a river. While working at a site on Atomia 1, Sobak brushed against the blue orb. Oh shit. She later described a vision of time stretching out like a river into the infinite future and past. In front of her, blue energy arced out of the time stream and was absorbed by her body. In front of her, blue energy arced out of the time stream and was absorbed by her body. Okay. Although the incident was accurately measured by the other scientists to span less than a second, she experienced it for more than an hour. After the vision ended, Sobak was certain that time would no longer affect her. With an infinite lifetime ahead of her, she wants to use her endless time to explore the universe on her own. I've never done this, and I'm reluctant to lose Sobak. Oh, hang on. Sobak's our leader, isn't it? Wouldn't care, wouldn't really care. No, it's not our leader. It is this guy who's our strongest researcher, though. No, you're staying with us, pal. But our two leaders have negative traits is kind of a bummer. Oh, there was something there. Okay. Yeah, time to dip. As soon as we can. Interesting. We might be able to beat this one. Void worm nest. Void world.
Construction complete.
We are beating it. We made first contact with something. A Phi Menace. Interesting. Let's go see if we can see where it is. Okay, good. That doesn't help at all. Nope. Mineral extractions. Those are all them. And oh, hang on. I want to make sure we watch this fight. We don't need this running into the middle there and getting murdered. Yeah, no. We've done all of the exploring we need to right now. Go back and heal. And we won't get any more ships at the moment. But parking up there seems like a good idea. How strong is this? 7,700, 770. I was thinking about parking our ships there because these are going to continuously come out of here and attack us. Not a huge fan of that. We need the end of the month. What do we want from this planet? It's got poor minerals and it's got extra minerals. Fuck, I hate that. Minerals from jobs -25. But hey, guess what? Extra 5% minerals. Wow. Thanks, game. This. Why? Okay. Yeah, this can be an energy planet. It's got lots of energy thingies. We haven't got an energy planet, and that's continuously a problem for us. So that's what's going to happen. Generator will. Good. Yes. And in the meantime, you, sir. It's a lot of research. A lot of that. And a wormhole as well. What a crazy system. We should get up there and nab these two. Prevent any Martians from getting through here.
Debris analyzed.
Although toxic to most forms of life, Carenza 6A supports a thriving ecology within the high pressure of its atmosphere. Life here uses ammonia instead of water as a solvent, and has developed in ways that differ significantly from previously established ecological models. Its study would greatly benefit our knowledge of xenobiology. We get an ammoniophytus. Levels of aqueous ammonia in this plant's tissue would be dangerous to most carbon-based life forms. Cool. We we need to build one of these thingies. Maybe we need to build maybe we need to meet. Oh, that's right. Yes. That is my plan here. This is where the shroud tunnel is. So we can teleport shroud jump down to here once that's finished. Cool. All of our boys are doing stuff. How are our planets looking? They're kind of grumpy. Not grumpy. They're missing some jobs. What do you know what I don't like about 4.0 so far? And I don't hang on, this is an unfair thing to say. What I don't like about Stellaris since some point in 3 is that the planet modifiers are now way less interesting and impactful. Well, I mean, no, that's not really true. But where at one point you had, like, it was a massive win to find a planet that had gases, for example. Now it's super rare and has a relatively limited effect. It's just, it's a weird, it feels weird to me, basically, is all I guess I'm going for here. Okay, we need more. What do you call it? What do you call it? Of course, I mean more minerals. Because of course, we need more damn minerals. Not interested. And kind of not interested. Maybe that's useful to us. We'll see. I think I'd rather expand over this way at the moment. What's that all about? Who, buddy? Who are you, buddy? Mining drone initiative.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
That guy wandering around is of use to us. Yeah, so this is going to be a shipyard. You need to come up here. Oh, you need to come up here and do that. And we do need another. I'm gonna build another thingy here. Just to run up and do this stuff around here while this guy does the expanding. I guess we don't have an. That'll be fine. Alright, you bastards are happy. Good.
We have mastered a new technology.
We have mastered space combat, so we can have a larger fleet. That's good. Edict fund pop growth, we definitely want. What would be really nice is I was gonna complete that sentence, but now I forgot. What would be really nice? What would be really nice? I've genuinely no idea what I was gonna say. Would be really nice.
Debris analyzed.
I just have no idea what I was about to say. I'm flummoxed. I am really rinsed. It's been a long week. It's been an awesome weekend, but it's been a long weekend. I am tired, dude. I am so ready for bed. It's 9 p.m. and I fell asleep. As I'd finished my dinner, I was watching a movie with my flatmate. A good movie. Some kind of vampire business. Vampires in the Prohibition era in Southern America, and yeah, it was cool. But I fell asleep during it because I was so freaking tired, and that is a indicator of how sleepy I am. Where is that? What's it? How do you see the trade range? Used to be able to click something in here. Oh no, hang on. Was it down here? It's been so long since I've had to think about trade that I've kind of forgotten how it works at all. What would a hyperlane's map mode do? Why would you ever want that off? Who's out here saying, hey, turn my hyperlanes off? What? Dude. Empire map mode, Union's map, Diplo, Intel, weather, neighbors. You used to be able to there was a button in here that you could press that would show you your trade efficiency and crap. I had no idea. Yeah, there was a button here, I'm pretty sure, that you could click on that and it would show you your trade routes and junk. Maybe they've simplified it so that you just don't need to do that anymore, or... Well, that's one thing that I feel like I've noticed as well, is that there's a vast reduction in the amount of trade out in space that you used to be able to collect, which kind of fucking sucks. like especially for someone who cares about trading. Maybe it's just no longer a resource in the in space in the game at this point. Maybe they've turfed it completely. Maybe all of the trading that you do is planet bound, which is kind of, you know, it's whatever, but it's it detracts from the variety of play styles. I guess maybe the economy of star bases is so low, the number of star bases you get is so low. We could only have 8 right now, for example, that it was too hard for I'll work it out soon, for trade-centric empires to have their trade stations lying around the place to collect the trade, the interstellar trade that they needed to. But you don't fix that by getting rid of interstellar trade, by having exciting trade goods out here that you have to go collect. You fix that by changing the number of shipyard star bases that trade empires are allowed to get to cater for them doing extra trade. You don't dumb it down. You make them more different, you know? So much more interesting. Whatever. We haven't had ads for a while, but I think they've got to be coming in real. Oh wow, ads start. That was spooky. It genuinely popped up the exact second I said it. I get 3 minutes worth of warning, and that's that was the timing. I genuinely said it, and it popped up a second later. We've got extra worker resource output and army damage. I love it. Do we care about arm thrusters? Not really. Or habitability? Not really. Afterburners, yep, they're nice enough. I think Ceramo metal armor is more important. Yeah, we'll go for that. Hang on, I just clicked on the wrong one. Again, that same thing's happened again, where I clicked the button once and it double clicked. Just a weird thing. Let's go over there and build that research station, and you can get that. Our long-range tracking systems have detected the first launch of an artificial satellite from the surface of Malatane 2. It successfully achieved orbit and marks the start of a budding space program initiated by the planet's alien civilization. After taking these first tentative steps into space, we can expect them to send manned missions and, eventually, interplanetary expeditions. They are on the verge of space travel. I'm going to expand over here. This is nice, but I want to get this stuff. I want to lock the Mauritians out of that stuff. You're on your way. Good boy. Go, boy. Go, man, go. Debris analyzed. Good. Who was that debris analyzed? Oh, yeah. Did we not get debris off that? That sucks. Blasted a whole void cloud world, whatever the heck it's called. I do want that surveyed, unfortunately, sir. You, construction man, need to expand out this way. The beacon is lit. After a long period spent grasping in the dark, the veil that covers the shroud has been lifted. Our teachers have bestowed a great gift upon us. This beacon and the tunnel it spawns will surely light our way across the stars. Journeys from this system will now be faster and infinitely more mysterious. May the shroud welcome our passage. We're going to have ads in a few minutes. we'll flip over for that when we do. Okay, this is up to 1.7. Let's add a couple of these on here. Oh, okay, adds immediately. I'll be back in 3. Good, we're back. We are. Good, good, good. No, clicking buttons on that YouTube video won't help me unpause my own game of Stellaris very much. There we go. Stuff green screen betrayed me. Hence the slow return. All right, we're back. That button there. Did it do anything? All right, I'll probably have to edit this. The gun batteries are back. Good, 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 good. Sorry, gun batteries are on the way. Yep, that's fine. Do we jump through here? I've got a feeling that if we jump through here, the chance that we get jacked up by the shroud, I don't think it's a good thing. Let's try it. Thale signals intercepted. The ridiculous inhabitants of Melatane 2 have used their weak tech to intercept some of our historic radio signals. Ciphering and interpreting our old broadcasts should keep them busy for a few generations. With their current levels of development, we are not at risk of being exposed. Okay, so we jumped through and nothing happened. I thought I've been kind of hoping that building the shrine might allow us to continue our mission with them, maybe, but apparently not.
Construction complete. Council agenda ready.
Council agenda, mind over matter gives us 25% of telepathy. Sounds good to me. Let's go for psionic supremacy. We get 5% job efficiency. That's kind of nice. And research speed psionics plus 10%, but we only have the one psionic tech, and it's horrifyingly expensive. What I was thinking about is changing this to something else, but we don't have the alloys right now, so that's all good. On Karathor 4, chaos reigns. Disorganized bands roam the countryside, desperate for food. In the capital, Rhizome of Green clings to power, but with a diminished authority that barely extends beyond the palace gate. Unless something radical changes, the pro-unification forces appear headed for defeat. Oh, that's those guys. I was thinking it was us and was very confused.
Construction complete.
Okay, we traveled through the thingy, and a whole lot of not much happened.
Construction complete.
No, that's not gonna happen. City of Ghosts. Let's read the first one. I'll never cease to be annoyed by that. That once one of these popped, you can't go back and read. Our survey ship has scanned Riblor 4A and detected some artificial structures worth a closer look. Unnervingly, there are no signs of any population down there. Our surface expedition has reported back some astounding findings. The planet has multiple major cities, all abandoned but in quite good shape considering their age. The infrastructure and urban planning at each city is remarkably structured and harmonious, indicating a highly cohesive civilization driven by centralized collective ideals, perhaps even a gestalt consciousness of some kind. Based on the architecture and interior fixtures, species that built all this seems to have been small fungoids, with a fairly low state of technical advancement. Where exactly they all went remains unknown. Very intriguing. We've got that. Could go over and collect that, I guess. Don't really want to build there. Don't really want to try and claim these. Those. That guy's already doing that and then expanding out here. Yeah, we're alright. We can leave them be.
We have mastered a new technology.
What was this one? Okay, that was cool. We've mastered a new technology. We got research speed and researcher upkeep went up. That's fine. We can get fusion. Mining station output, research station output. Oh, it's expensive. And mining drone laser. It's good. I do like mining drone lasers. Problem is, 4.72. No, that's stronger than ours right now. I want most of these things. Don't care about that, but I want that, and that. And don't care about that. So I think this one stays here forever, yeah. Station upkeep negative 50%. Oh, good. Go for fusion reactor, but I think that station upkeep could be a good go for us. Caravaneers, hey buddies, how you doing? Get on out of here.
Construction complete.
Where? Okay. Yeah, I want to get these. These are nice, particularly the astral threads will be very important to us later. So we can get the Psychor building, which apparently, I'm not sure if they've patched it yet, but I did see a video from MoO2 saying how the Psychor, with one of the buffs that we get in this path, end up giving a percentage boost to all workers on the planet, including themselves. And if you can get enough of them on a planet, then you end up with runaway multipliers stacking on top of the same pops. I doubt it will still be here, but you never know. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out together. So I can build a Psychor thing now. Have I got anywhere that I want to build a Psychor thing? No, I do not. All of our building slots are busy. Okay. Oh, my eyes are so sore already. This is not good. Fairness, I did kind of, yeah. When I played Dungeons and Dragons at a card game place today, and it was really good fun. But that's a planetary Empire effect as counselor. All of us get one extra army. Not bad. That's not very impactful. That is. We'll go there. I was thinking that we might be able to get some nice bonuses, but I think our defensive soldiers only give us so much anyway. Oh, it wouldn't have affected that. It would have just given us another one of these. And these don't give us anything. Okay.
Construction
Why did I build this? What was my plan here? Also, why am I shrinking? What goes on? Back in screen, buddy. It was this. That's what it was. It was a place to build that. That's what was going on. And then do I want to build these? Not really. But yeah. I don't imagine trade getting back to this, back to there, from there. Yeah, they must have changed piracy and collecting trade and all sorts of stuff. That's a decent strength for a station at this point. It can be stronger, good to know. And because it's in here, it's already inherently stronger, because any enemies coming in here will see their shields disappear immediately. So when the idiot Mentar attack us next turn, next time, we'll be able to slap them from the sky. You can certainly have one of those. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to build that thing. The name of it evades me right now. But that thing that dimensional worship, dimensional tunnel, dimensional some crap. Want to hit that? Oh, excuse me. Want to hit that thingy there first before we go. We got a good chunk of society research out of that. I endorse the game giving me society research. There is evidence that the current climate of Hantaran 4A is the cause of a runaway greenhouse effect triggered by massive amounts of pollution. The oceans have boiled away, and the moon is permanently enclosed in a dense cloud layer due to the thick atmosphere. Scattered ruins from the indigenous civilization can still be found on the surface, suggesting an overpopulated culture that perished in the mid to late stages of an industrial age. What a waste! What the? What was I about to say? All right, there's a YouTuber, Anton Petrov, who does daily science stuff. I think I mentioned it recently. Maybe I mentioned it in the last stream. Yeah, maybe I did. Anyway, one of the ones that he's done in the last couple of days was discussing how Dyson spheres are unlikely to work in real life, so that if you were to have a Dyson sphere in our solar system, the collection of energy from the sun would end up with the individual nodes of the Dyson sphere having to dispel so much heat energy that it would heat up our which is kind of contrary to everything that feels normal, that feels the contrary to what you just expect without considering it. That the reverse side of the individual nodes of the Dyson sphere would have to put out so much heat that it would heat up the rest of the solar system. And I think the figure that he gave was up to 300 kelvins hotter on Earth, which is a lot hotter. But also that it could be used for terraforming of colder planets, which is in less habitable, in planets that don't have a habitable zone. It was a really interesting discussion, so I highly recommend it. Anton Petrov, as it sounds, yeah, he's a really cool guy. Does really cool stuff. Does really cool science news. And also a related piece that discussed how Dyson spheres um, are because of the fluctuating the fluctuating energy outputs and um, solar activity on suns. It's very unlikely that we'll ever see the remains of an ancient alien species from old um, Dyson spheres, because if they're not maintained and replaced and carefully monitored, um, they would have a runaway um, have a runaway uh, mechanic in which one of them getting blasted out of position would clatter into another, which would clatter into another, and cause just a catastrophic loop of destruction between all of these orbital bodies. Something like what people have postulated in Earth's orbit, that if we get too much space crap into near orbit, we're going to have a really hard time getting out of it ever. And yeah, a similar idea that if you have enough junk floating around a sun, that it'll start clattering into one another, and you'll end up with just a fine mist of impenetrable chunks of old Dyson sphere bits. A really, really interesting idea. I think there's lots of technological ways to get around that, particularly just a reasonable level of AI. But it was an interesting discussion nonetheless, and sorry, interesting presentation nonetheless, and definitely worth a look. So they're both only like 15-minute videos. They're 100% worth a look. Anyways, the oceans have boiled away, and the moon is permanently enclosed in a dense cloud layer due to the thick atmosphere. Scattered ruins from the indigenous civilization can be found on the surface, suggesting an overpopulated culture that perished in the mid to late stages of an industrial age. What a waste. You're not doing anything wherever you are. Yeah, we're going out here and doing this. Limbo. The sign of the signal. The sign of what? The signal originates from the remains of an antenna-like structure. Exploratory probes were dispatched from the ISS Rothinka the Enlightened to the surface to investigate the matter more closely. What Science Officer Bemelon found was a cavernous vault that, while easily pried open, was evidently the last safe house and refuge of some long-dead race of aliens. While reasonably technologically advanced, it seems they never reached for the stars and perished to some planet-wide natural disaster. The vault is immense, housing thousands upon thousands of black boxes that the ISS Rothinka the Enlightened has determined to be data storage devices. A special project has been prepared to decode their goodies. Sir, you are exploring them goodies. Then come back here and do that. Construction complete. Good man. You can do that now. You, sir, can also do that now, but you can't. We've got no damn stuff. Buy some more. We have an idle leader. Do you? Sort of state and a commander. Okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's not causing us any trouble with this. It doesn't matter. Meticulous. I want to find more thingies. Did we get a precursor? Where the hell do I? No. Seeing anything? Limbo. The vault is a tomb for hopeful immortals. Science Officer Bemelon asserts that the huge blocks of ternary code found in the databanks are neural images, digitized brain scans. Doubtless the aliens of Terra Z1 considered this to be their only shot at any kind of survival, following whatever calamity befell their planet. They did not have the means to resurrect themselves, but banked on the impossibly small hope that, eventually, someone else would have the means. Interesting that spiritualist ethics lets us rescue robot people, because usually you put these neural patterns into advanced robots, but we're not allowed to have robots because we're spiritualists. We're going to let dead aliens lie. I think that's a more RP choice. This is very strange. I do want to click this just to see what happens. I'm going to click that just to see what happens because it's so strange. Very contrary to what I would have expected. As part of our observation on... Yeah, we know this. We'll clean that mess up, buddy. You go up there. Actually, next time this text, go up there. Good. New negative trait. Wonderful.
Construction complete.
Oh. Further studies of the lost civilization of Riblor 4A have given rise to more questions than answers. The plain, sturdy structures are thousands of years old, and all seem to have been constructed at roughly the same time, perhaps as brief as a single century. Similarly, any additions or renovations to the urban structures seemed to be done planet-wide at sudden, widely separated intervals. The oddly punctuated development of this society seems to show no appreciable change in population size. The Bakura from, what do you call it? I think I've made that joke before. The Bakura from Dan Simmons's Hyperion. Amazing book. If you haven't read Hyperion, do yourself a favor and read Hyperion and everything else that Dan Simmons has done. He did the Terror. There was a mini series, the Terror, some years ago, and it was really good. Some amazing actors in it. Fusion reactor is complete. Good. Let's now go. Proof deflectors, maybe. Research output, definitely that. These guys can be upgraded. Wonder what with? Oh, with their new. Yeah, of course. Do that. Get more power. More power to us. We do need energy. That isn't in our... Of course it's not. Construction complete from that person out there. Good. But I did want to build a starbase here, didn't I? It's okay, we can do so in another 2 weeks.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Yeah, so I've shimmied all the camera and lights and crap around, and was hoping that by not having the light reflecting off my screen, my eyes wouldn't get so rinsed, but seem to have helped much. I guess I am still getting a reflection off my other screen, so that's... Yeah, maybe that's actually what's going on. That would explain it, to be honest, yeah. Abduction teams from our observation post above Melatane 2 have worked in concert with the crew of the ISS Bath and the Champion to quickly gather the Yakahan test subjects with the faulty brain implants. The observation post's surgical staff replaced the implants with functional versions, and the subjects have been returned to the planet's surface. As an added bonus, Science Officer Carb managed to extract a wealth of data from their removed implants, despite their defects. At least something good came of this. Okay, good. We are just about to run out of energy. I'm glad I looked up there. Yep, good stuff. More research from our boss. Let's buy 1,000 energy and 500 food. Yep, we know. Thank you. Didn't need that update of an update. Let's do this. Grand Archive. Our scientists believe that our latest acquisition, alien brain scans, would be worthy of putting on public display in the context of a Grand Archive. Beginning this adventure will require some initial investment, but its potential cultural and scientific returns could be priceless. Pursue this endeavor, obviously. We just needed money. That's what's held us back. Now I get it. So you want what do I want doing it? You're busy doing that crap. You're busy doing that. Yeah, we'll let this guy do it, actually. After he's finished here, we'll have him come back and build it here. Or do we have to research it? Maybe that was a research option that we unlocked. Have a look.
We have mastered a new technology.
Gene clinics are probably really good now, I guess. I'm tempted to get them. Even though I'd like to get that and that. Yeah, we'll go for gene clinics. I think we need them. We need the pups. We need more stuff going on our planets. Interestingly, all of the things alongside our planets have gone, which I thought maybe everyone had started getting jobs, but no, they're just not doing anything at all. Saldeanope. That's a word. Saldeanope, I'm guessing, 2 is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monoliths flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical it surely must be fictional. Must surely be fictional. Cenotaph display. Cool. More research. I like it. We should expand there too. That's really nice. Yeah, this guy can just automate. In an apparent response to our operations on their pre-FTL world, many of the Miravandia nation states on Karanthor 4 have momentarily put aside the squabbling to form a new supranational military organization. According to local media, this task force has been charged with defending their planet from hostile activities perpetrated by an unknown alien agency against the Miravandia species as a whole. Oh dear. A massive crater on Seldaenope 3 appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The ISS Lizamont the Green has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperarticulate field. But as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Oh. Alright. I was expecting that to give us research there. But no such luck. 1 second. I'm just going to jiggle around. Try and stretch my back out. Give me 2. Alright, that should be a bit better, hopefully. There. Good. Appear to have moved, but that's okay. Good times. Good. All our boys are doing stuff. Oh no, not all our boys are doing stuff. The ISS Rethinker, the Enlightened, has stopped doing stuff. You, sir, are meant to be doing... Another ship is performing that order. Okay. How about... you perform that order. You, Jimmy, go... not really anywhere to explore, I guess. Can go and do that, I suppose. Why not?
We have claimed a new world for
What's up, DJ Killmaster? How you doing, dude? I'm doing fantastically, thank you. Well, in fairness, my back is giving me absolute murder right now. I played D&D at a store today, and that entailed sitting in a chair for several hours, and that's something that my back basically can't handle. It's yeah, a doozy. So I'm suffering a little bit, but I'm having fun playing video games, and that's the important part, right? Yeah. Otherwise, that'll learn me, I guess. Dimensional Shrine. We're finally going to get one of these. Outside the known universe, there are pathways to other worlds, and places where those connections are subtly made. And places where those connections are subtly made? What does that mean? Outside the known universe, there are pathways to other worlds, and places, and places where those connections are subtly made. That's some Swedish translation, dude. I've got no idea what they're trying to say there. This is where we build the holiest of our temples. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, no, I've got a whole series of exercises that stop my back from hurting, but I just didn't realize the extent to which I'd overexerted it today. So it's all good. It's nothing new. One of them things. Where are you, buddy? What did I just say to you? Explore that anomaly, please. I hope your weekend has been good. It's nice to see you. It's my Sunday night, so my weekend's just about over, and we're nine. Yeah, we've got about 2 hours to go, or I'm out of here. What do I want to do here? I kind of am tempted to build this with some protections against whatever's on the other side of that wormhole. But we could also do with anchorages, even though we're nowhere near our cap. Maybe I just leave it open, I think, for the moment. It'll be fine.
Construction complete.
Right, you did that. I do like that we've got 2 alligates. That's a handy thing for us to have. That's going to let us jump from, oh god, 3. We're going to be able to jump. Sadly, none around this around here. That would have been nice. But still, being able to get to there, not too far from there, being able to get to there, convenient to all of this, and convenient, relatively convenient to that. 3-4 jumps away from a wormhole isn't bad. And over here as well on the far end, this is quite out of the way, I guess, given that you'd need to go there to get anywhere interesting. Who knows? There could be something really cool up here. Who knows? Played 7 hours of modded Civ 5 multiplayer. Awesome, dude. That sounds great fun. Good stuff. Yeah, we do have the capacity to... Oh, I see. That's just building this. What do these do? Oh, these give jobs. Housing gives jobs. Kinda wouldn't have expected that, honestly. Hmm. Okay, we need a planetary capital to be able to build a Psycho building. I wonder what, yeah, this doesn't tell me what I'd be able to build. Bit of a bummer. None of these seem to lend themselves to being particularly Psycho-y. Maybe I can build a Psycho building everywhere? Who knows? We'll,
System survey complete.
this mineral input, mineral income at this point in the game seems so low.
Situation log updated.
The ancient shelters. The planet Spua 4A in the Spua system is a ruined world, apparently a remnant of an empire lost to antiquity. The subterranean structures that were of interest to us are equally ancient and relatively intact. Sonar Resonance imaging revealed a complex underground structure of storage worlds, as well as shelters designed to withstand the forces of nature. Destruction on the planet's surface is no doubt a result of cosmic storms, which would align with the existence of the sanctuary. However, the amount of debris is making it hard to investigate any further. An archaeological dig site could tell us more. Interesting. Cool. What are you all about there, buddy? He isn't particularly good at archaeology, but he is great at anomaly research. I think maybe we move him over here. Where are you, buddy? You're there. You come over here and do these anomalies. That other guy can instant transmission back to our capital and do some archaeologing. Very nice.
Construction complete.
Is that awesome? All right, cool.
Construction complete.
I'm really tempted to try and open this Algate early. It would only be because I like moving my ships around quickly. Probably not really required, given the potential problems that could cause. But oh my god. That I haven't been doing this the whole time is rather ridiculous. Need 3,000. Ugh. Where were you meant to get 3,000 energy from, sir? Instead of that? Haven't got any goddamn minerals or anything? Have we got anything that will boost? Okay. So let's just do that. And see what comes of it. Got no access to you jerks. I was thinking that might happen. Well, it doesn't mean we can go back to what. Oh, they have fancy stations. We need. Our economy is so bad, and I'm not sure why. The amounts of stuff we have, 50 years into the game, is kind of horrific. And it's not like I've been intentionally running our economy close to the wire. I've been doing what I can to make our economy robust so that we can have stuff to trade, but it still hasn't helped. 37 alloys at this point, 88 minerals at this point. The actual F.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
All right, there's our thingy. We got ourselves a dimensional shrine. Big, exciting event occurs. We're only allowed to build one, remember? It's so amazing and cool that we're only allowed one. No, it's not. We can build it wherever we like. They're patching a lot of stuff for the 4.0 update still. Yes, I've seen. My the title of the last of that last Stellaris thread was playing 4.0.40 something, I assume, as how I titled it, because I was sassing my Paradox buddies my Stellaris buddies for releasing their janked out software weeks early. Kind of want to get back up around there. Where else could I go with this guy? There, maybe? Down there, maybe? Going all the way down there, he might as well go all the way up there. What's this guy up to? Who knows? It's going over there now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm not against this balance. It just feels like,
Construction complete.
well, I don't know what I've done wrong. Basically, I've got. I guess I did. Oh, I did an urban world for a reason. Because we need trade to buy other crap. Yeah, I don't know. I feel weak. I guess having an ecclesiastical building early and not having a research building is not helping our cause much either. We could be getting more resources by having better tech at this point. Where are you going, Champione? Up there. And let's go here, get ourselves some base level intel. Thoughts of other empires echo in the shroud. By listening, our telepaths can learn much to our advantage. The Psychor, like an ever-vigilant eye, will peer into the minds of our citizens, defending society from those who might do it harm. Good. I really want these gene clinics. I think that'll help us. I think that'll give us a bunch more pop growth. That'll give us a bunch more pops to do work with. Because all of our planets have... Oh. I'm going to say all of our planets have jobs. That appears to be a lie. With really one ethic changes. Several of our abduction teams stationed on the observation post above with really one have apparently been using the thrusters of their shuttles to burn large circles and complex patterns into crop fields belonging to the pre-FTL Deathicans that are indigenous to the planet. The shuttle crews have been severely reprimanded for this prank, but the crop circles appear to have taken on some sort of spiritual significance for the natives. A new religion has formed based on these patterns, and it is gaining popularity among the Deathicans at an alarming rate. Alright, cool. Spiritualist, because we did crop circles. Good. What was my plan here? Archives? No. Doing an urban expansion. Someone did something somewhere. Oh, that's right. This guy got boosted back across the galaxy, didn't he? Established factions and fledgling movements alike have taken an unusually keen interest in our new colony of Kako Prime. From the moment we announced settlement of this modest planet, nearly every political voice in the Elerian Fiefdoms has had something to say about it. Our analysts don't suspect that anything truly radical is taking root on Kako Prime, but they advise some caution. It's clear our various political entities intend to campaign vigorously on this burgeoning world. Yeah, we're just going to do that. I don't... Oh. I'm going to do that. I think that modifier is only for that planet, right? Yeah, that's cool. We're never doing any Unity here. This is a normal old planet. Nothing to fuss with.
Construction complete.
Very nice. What do I want this guy to do? I'm just going to move him there, and he can park up there. There's not much else going on in this now space at the moment. Someone's leveled up. Delegates? No. Wouldn't be a bad idea having a this guy's a delegate. He can't be an industrialist because he's gonna trash the trade. Do it. Trust growth 5%, not bad. Pop upkeep trade for jobs from jobs. That's trade from trade jobs. That's exactly what we need, buddy. And then over here, Yeah, not being able to go back. Why? Let me go back. I want to see which one this one is. This was the Lost Civilization where, yeah, it did growth spurt, or whatever it said. Yeah. So, a recent breakthrough shone some light on the vanished city builders of Reblor 4A. Apparently, the fungal species has a collective cycle of mass death and rebirth. They hatch en masse, almost simultaneously across the whole planet, and grow up as part of a linked hive mind collective. In the course of their hundreds of years long life cycle, they spread out and reclaim the cities built and abandoned by previous died off generations. While nearing the next death rebirth event, they heed some species-wide biological clarion call. Through asexual reproduction, they give birth to a pod that is buried in the ground. The parent dies and the body decays and fertilizes the ground around the pod. After a long dormant period, the pods hatch and the cycle begins anew. How cool. Reminds me of the Trillarians in the not exactly, but similar to the Trillarians in the Three Body Problem, another amazing sci-fi book worth reading. And we've got another event as well. This one we didn't read the beginning of. A shelter buried under the debris of a storm-ravaged world. The devastation is making it hard to investigate, but the interior appears intact. Approaching the shelter from ground level revealed a small opening beneath two collapsed towers, through which the faint glow of operational machinery could be seen. The opening provides an anchor point for our scientists to map out the size of the complex, and possibly find a way to open it without damaging the delicate structural integrity. The ruins that entomb the site have all the hallmarks of cosmic storm damage. Curiously, there are no signs that the city's inhabitants attempted to protect themselves. It is as if they endured the violence for as long as possible, only to evacuate in a great hurry. Perhaps the answers lie beneath the ruined ground of Spuu-A 4A. That the only button on that window is abort excavation. My mouse, my eyes go towards it and want to click it every single time. It's gonna trick me one of these days. Yeah, we'll just do two more. But how have we got ads again already? Wow, that went quickly. Yeah, we're only going up to 40, but I'm expecting an attack from the Mentari at some point soon, basically. Star patterns. The latest sensory readings from Voon A show the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew on ISS Rebnar the Cruel arrived on site, there was no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by a sensory malfunction, Science Officer Sobak discards this theory. Sobak claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere, and now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy's stars. They have charted the course to the nearest affected star. I'm going to do this because I think this does something negative to the scientist, if I recall. I don't know what it is, but I don't want it happening, so we're just going to say that it was a malfunction. Abandoned biolab. Okay, another one that we haven't read the beginning of. Scans of... Oops. We've got ads coming in a minute and a half, so be prepared for that. Scans of Adamir B2 discovered an isolated facility in the planet's most inaccessible region. The structure appears to be dormant or abandoned,
with no energy signature and signs of prolonged weathering. An archaeological expedition may yield further insight. The facility's interior contains a myriad of abandoned medical machines, treatment chambers, and a morgue. In the cadaver storage pods, we found partially preserved organic remains with signs of disease and deformation. The presence of security doors, surveillance rigs, and holding cells has left Bemelon to conclude that some were kept here against their will. We salvaged a few equipment parts, but almost everything has decayed markedly. Limited data remained on the computer systems. We recovered some files, but they require translation. Very good. We're in the positive across the board. This is what I like to see. I think for some reason the ad timer is actually accurate. So we've got ads in one. Nope. It was accurate last time. Why is it not this time? Who knows? So what are we going to build here? Gene Clinic would be the answer, but we still haven't researched them. What do I want here? Let's do some research, right? Let's get some goddamn research happening in this town of ours. This not town. This empire of ours. Oh, someone else is coming across here from the other end of the galaxy to build this, I assume. Yeah, good one, jerkface. No. That isn't what's happening. There's our ads. I'll be back in 3 minutes. All right, we're back. Let's get back on the right screen. Here we are. And construction ships doing nothing. Something. Got another construction ship doing nothing. That was the one that was trying to travel across the... No, that one's the fine one. We're good doing his own thing. You're going up there to build that. Why you're going there, I do not know. But you go over there instead, sir. Plant ship doing nothing. He finished doing that level 5 one. Yeah, not having a precursor is really confusing to me. I don't know why we wouldn't have a precursor, and not having any progress on our main mission is also whack. It ain't cool, but it ain't. That the rise of the Manifesti still seems to be stuck here, meaning the sign of the locust has been stuck here this entire time, hasn't done a thing. Kind of dumb. Hurry up and deliver some prophecies, you idiot sophonts. Let's get some music back on. Go. Thought it was a bit quiet. Feeling a bit strange about the talking into the silence. Right, we've got these extra slots. We're gonna fill them up. That it doesn't. That I press that button, and then I have to go over here and click that again. Just. Have you never designed a fucking UI before, developers? Excuse my frustration at that, but it's it just seems so obvious, right? Isn't that just plainly obvious what it should do? That you're not preempting the player's next thing is just bizarre at this point. And by at this point, I mean, you know, in the history of creating software, of experiencing how software works. It's just kind of weird. Feels very strange. So you need to come down here, really. Start flying your little broom broom plane down here, please. And we'll swap that ship around if it needs to. Oh, that's yeah, that's fairly quick actually. Go right there. Yeah, perfect. Nope, wrong one. Research, research, and then research. I'm pleased I built this shroud pipe. What is it called? Shroud tunnel. There we go. Shroud pipe.
Construction complete.
I should be relocating somewhere else. That's right, you'll work it out, I'm sure. Construction done over there. Okay, well, you're now parking up over here, pal. Because there ain't much for you to do. We need to try and work out how to get these. We need to try and work out how to get these. We could move this guy up to claim that, but it's not exactly a huge win. 2 physics research is, you know, not all that exciting. So the one that was about the death, birth, recycle, death, rebirth cycle, now has the cycle disturbed. Soil excavations on Ribble 4A finally revealed the fate of the missing population. They were all in their gestation pod state in the ground, growing and getting ready to emerge, when some natural phenomenon, most likely a meteor impact that upset weather and seasons for a few decades, disrupted the planet's ecosystem. As they hatched, they found a world devoid of sustenance. What should have been shared celebratory rebirth quickly turned into a slow collective starvation, and ultimately the species extinction. That's a shame. Bad luck, little worm bros, little bug bros. Ancient refinery and hostile environment adaptation. Very nice. Let's go there and find out who this is. That guy. Ooh. Okay, scientists going through, they get weird shit going on. Stand. Get it. Let's go there and excavate that. After its recent passage through the shroud tunnel, the systems on the ISS Rebna the Crawl began behaving strangely. Entities in the ship's logs, entries in the ship. I'm glad. I was wondering why there were entities in the ship logs. Entries in the ship's log are displayed at random. Doors have been observed opening and closing, and, far more worrisome, the engine's containment field has begun to fluctuate. So far, efforts to track down the source of the problem have proven futile. Worrying. That's cool though, that we get some stuff out of it. And by stuff I mean experience. Very nice. You, sir, can get us some research. Some of that.
Construction complete.
Who, what, and where? Ah, cool. Gotta get used to ignoring these two construction ships because but nothing for them to really do. Crystal's Codex. The mineral cluster is a holographic record, multi-sided, many-edged, and translucent. It remains secure in the ISS Rebnar the Cruel's tractor beam, but our experts will need some time to decode its contents. A special project has been issued to expedite this process. Very well. Dreamer's Wake. Strange developments on the science vessel ISS Rebnar the Cruel. A repeating pattern observed within the engine's containment field has revealed the existence of an artificial consciousness. Okay, well, there was an entity in our log entries. Spawned by the interaction between the ship's systems and the psionic energy of the Shroud. Until now, it has existed in a dreamlike state, analogous to the rapid eye movement some species experience during sleep. The entity's neural processes were responsible for the malfunctions affecting ship performance. Even more incredible, our investigations appear... Oh, I missed the it on the end of that sentence. Even more incredible, our investigations appear to have awoken it. In exchange for continued habitation within the ship's systems, the entity has agreed to work for us. In theory, a partnership could improve many of the ISS Rebnar the Cruel's operations. Fair trade, we get hyper jump charge time, combat disengagement chance, and FTL speed, or artificial abomination eliminated. We're going to do that. Although this is the bad guy choice, and I always want to be the bad guy, that's such a good trade by comparison. Or do we? No, we're RPing. We are the Elerians. We are always the bad guys. It's an artificial intelligence coming from the Shroud. Surely we should see that as holy, right? Why would we want to murder an intelligence that happens to be trapped in electronics when it came from the Shroud? It's a weird thing to it's a weird choice for us to make, I think. We're gonna do that one. The holographic data documents documents the terms and conditions for a trilateral trade treaty between the three major alien powers that once dominated this quadrant of the galaxy. Context eludes us, and the details are meaningless, but Science Officer Sebak feels that this find will prove invaluable in improving our own ability to communicate with alien forces. Very nice. We get... Sobek gets statecraft bonus, okay. Sobek's got some stats on him, dude. And he's level 6. I think we might swap him out. I do like this guy getting experience, though. He is our boss. And he gives leader experience. Yeah, no. But we'll certainly have him take things over once that guy becomes the Emperor. Commercial zones should be taking all of our people there, and research should be taking all of our...
The wretched Xenos have declared war.
Oh no, they declared war on us again. Right. Do you know what I want to do? We're going to edit these ships real quick. How far away are we from getting still 17 months, unfortunately? Yeah, we're gonna change our. We're gonna change our ships over being um, to being built primarily for fighting in that one system, and hope for the best. What are we gonna claim though? How is our? Oh, we've got a good amount of influence right now. So yeah, I'm gonna claim this whole chunk. Oh, I was thinking claim this whole chunk so we can expand out there. Maybe we claim down here and up here. Oh, there's a habitable there as well. Definitely. Stealing all this. Right, what's their fleet looking like? It's not looking, it's looking pretty scary. But we'll conquer our claims. They're trying to subjugate us again. It's, yeah. Not ideal. Anyways, this one was the one that was about the... Yep, the isolated facility, yes. Bimilon produced a partial translation for one of the data files recovered from the facility on Adamir B2. Lab 17, progress update. Research lead Gallibor. The new prototype showed initial promise. Subject's immune system boosted millionfold, and all pathogens were eradicated. Side effects persisted. Fatal mutations followed, no survivors. We'll try again. The universal macrophage is within our reach, I'm sure of it. Ooh. Sounds horrifying. Let's upgrade these and see if we can't get at least one more on the go. Light show. Science Officer Sobak reports that the luminous waves coursing through the ice that blankets Adrenal 4 are of alien origin. Some ancient battle has deposited scattered wreckage from an alien fighter on the frozen planet, and only the exposed core of its main weapons remains intact. It seems this alien race used lasers similar to the ones currently in use by the Elerian Fiefdoms fleet, and the fizzling innards periodically discharge low-powered beams into the ice of Adrenal 4. The planet's harsh climate prevents the lasers from actually melting the ice, allowing the chilly matrix to act as a brilliant prism. Pretty cool. Oh, we just got gene clinics, very nice. Don't care about this. Don't much care about this. We really don't need Grand Archive, but it is quite powerful, so...
One of our spaceports is under attack.
Yeah, so we're going to let these guys wander up here and jump in and surprise them. It's my plan, at least. Oh. A log of sorts was recovered from what is believed to be the... Oh god, that's right. Pervax. This is the suffering of Pervax one. I won't bother reading this. I've read it many times before. But yes, it's brutal. And yeah. I'll show it. I'll read it. Why not? A small canyon of sorts has been carved onto the surface of this planet by the violent impact of a starship. What remains of the vessel can still be found on the canyon floor. Although the crash must have occurred eons ago, the wreckage appears to be reasonably intact. An archaeological expedition would be able to learn more. A log of sorts was recovered from what is believed to have served as the spacecraft's bridge. Captain's Chronicle, begin recording. Made forced landing on planet 5523X. Incompetent crew to blame. Sadbar, Vaxel, and Debrak III did not survive. Pervax lost 2 secondary appendages and 11 of his eyes. Remains in critical condition. Survival doubtful. Rest are fine. Awaiting rescue but surrounded by idiots. Very depressed. Oh, buddy, that sounds no good. Didn't I already say I want claims? We do have 2 construction ships doing nothing. Yep, you should definitely be doing things on that planet, buddy. We'll work out what we want him to do afterwards. And you have done your job. Good on you, sir. Come down here and build this. I just want to close that off. Oh, a lot of mining drones. A hell of a lot of mining drones. We need stealth for our science ship so they can start doing fun stuff. We can upgrade this. Let's do that. A discarded cargo pod was left by someone in the upper atmosphere of Ushminaria 3 long ago. It has somehow escaped the notice of other spacefarers, and its decaying orbit means it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the ISS Rebna the Cruel unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious metals. Melt them down, sell them, study their construction, or let's keep them. We're in the middle of a war. I think we need to melt them down. Only sensible choice, I think. We'll do another Pulsar class station. How far? I think we would, yeah, only a few months away from getting better armor, and that would make a big difference in this fight. Immense ragged plains of shadow. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought this was called shadow play for some reason. Swirling shadows. Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Ushminaria 1's fate. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged, or rather jointed, to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Sabak is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. Okay, it gets the shadow play modifier. Cool. Spaceborne Abomination, interesting. Great Awakening. The eye that pierces all veils is closed. Only with great effort can it be opened, and our true power awakened. All latent psionic species will unlock their full psionic potential. Allows psionic Allows psionic assimilation of other species, unlocking their latent abilities. Get it. The Elerian Fiefdoms species has experienced what can only be described as a great awakening. For a time now, we have been aware of the great psionic potential inherent in our species. But such powers have only manifested themselves in a small minority, until now. Almost overnight, Elerian Fiefdoms everywhere have unlocked their full psionic potential. Where did I get potential from? Have unlocked their full psionic capacity. It is as if some sort of communal pool of Elerian Fiefdoms' psychic energy finally reached a critical tipping point, collectively awakening the latent abilities of our brains. Telepathy has already replaced most verbal communication between Elerian Fiefdoms, and this is only one small example of the innumerable changes our society is faced with. We are now tied together in a way few of us could have ever imagined. The veil has been lifted. Yes, bro. Lift that veil. All leaders gain the trait psychic. Very nice. Leaders gain trait. Yes, they did. Archaeological site event pending. After clearing many layers of debris and dust, the opening beneath the towers grew large enough for our scientists to enter the shelter. The sanctuary is simple and utilitarian, with many offshoot rooms, most of them empty. In fact, it seems overly simple. It definitely appears to be a shelter of some kind, but it would not hold up against cosmic storms. The walls are too thin, providing very little support, and the ceilings and floor are not reinforced. It has been saved by nothing less than pure luck. Had it not been for the two towers above and the landslide moving the complex in one fell swoop, this storm shelter would have been eradicated long ago. The glow seen from the outside stems from a few malfunctioning alarm systems and several operational terminals can be spotted deeper into the shelter. This excuse me. This could be a prime opportunity to learn more about the previous owners of this facility, as well as the curious circumstances at play. Fascinating. We can close that, and we have an event. This guy is all about land combat, and I just don't care. Sorry, bub. See you later. Karakthor 4 Task Force activates. Reconnaissance footage taken by our observation post above Karakthor 4 has confirmed the construction of several new military bases and radar facilities on the planet's surface, all under the control of the supranational alien all under the control of the supranational it's so hard not to say supernatural, all under the control of the supernatural, my good lord, all under the control of the supranational anti-alien task force, recently founded by the Miravandia. We are seeing an unprecedented level of cooperation between their nation states, and our abduction flights are now being routinely intercepted by atmospheric fighters belonging to this force. Despite our technological edge, their sheer numbers have enabled them to bring down several of our abduction shuttles. This will impair our aggressive observation activities. Well, yeah, it's gonna happen, I guess. Psionic supremacy, we get psionic research speed and monthly unity now. Good. Mind over matter, we'll do that again to get more telepathy on the go. And yeah, that's a good sized force they've got. I'm gonna need more ships. Can we buy? Can buy 500 more juice. I think we need to get up there. Yeah, I don't want to actually go there. I want to be as close to this as I can, though. I'm gonna find a spot that's nearby. Oh, why don't I fly past it? That spooked me out for a second. I thought I had a 770 fleet, and that had me concerned. Oh, is there a stop button for ships? No. Yes.
One of our stations is under attack. Evasive maneuvers initiated.
Yeah, we're pretty close. All right, good. They're splitting up. So once these jackasses
One of our spaceports has been lost.
start aiming towards our base, nope, to our star base,
One of our spaceports is under attack.
we'll jump in so that we can be at the starport at the same time as them.
Construction complete.
All right, I think they're about ready to come through. Your construction was complete. Good man, thank you. You can do that, and then you can move there. Oh, you can move there. Preparation for when we get that tech. You guys, time to fly, suckers.
One of our spaceports.
That's a long time. I
Spaceport is under attack.
did not expect us it to take us so long to get through this fucking tunnel.
One of our military stations lost. We have
Ah,
mastered new technology.
get shredded, nerds. If they're coming to us, let's let that happen.
Hostile Xeno fleet detected.
Beautiful. Oh, Mentars, you are so silly. Why would you do this to yourselves? In fairness, what would be nice is our being able to refit these ships. Oh, hang on, we can. We fly through the if we fly back through the shroud tunnel, we can go change them back to other ships. Makes sense. Oh, and give them better armor too. Just got that better armor. Fusion missiles. Nice. Ion thrusters could be okay. I think we'll go. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what we're going for. Pirate treasure. This asteroid appears to have been used intermittently as a base by a band of alien pirates, roughly 1,000 years ago. By entering the base, we managed to recover their abandoned treasure hoard. It consisted largely of stolen trinkets and artifacts, but some of it still appears to be of value. Very nice. We've got another Algate insight. That.
Evasive maneuvers initiated.
I'm kind of confused how we're not getting any
We have mastered a new technology.
or how little debris we're getting from these guys. Good. That's good tech for us. We need extra stuff. This is a real coin toss. These hit a lot harder than our current weapons do. Oh, this remains for a valid option as long until it's researched. Okay. Yeah, we're going for this. If we're not at risk of losing those.
Installation engaged.
Really, it's quicker to go back there than jump through the shroud tunnel. That shroud tunnel is shit. I thought it was instantaneous. I didn't realize it was slow. I mean, it's not shit. It's super helpful, right? But yeah. All right, here's the sufferings of Parvac. Where he was. Bermelon. Oh no, this is the other one. Bermelon translated another file from the abandoned laboratory on Adamir B2. Lab 17, internal staff memo. Research lead Gallibor. Colleagues, the project termination order came today. The Overlord's patience is at an end. And yet, we are so close to our goal. The universal macrophage is more important than the whims of any one individual. A disease-free future can be ours. What is the small cost of a few more lives for such progress? If they don't send more trial subjects, I will test the latest prototype on myself. Will you join me? Proceed with caution. Yep, that guy's going off the reservation. You're doing nothing. Why don't you come and do that instead, sir? Yeah, that we've had multiple battles, and oh, there's another fleet there. Is there a... No. I was hoping there was another environmental effect in that system. You're our... they have a few more research dudes. This is a bit of a brutal fight because this sort of... Yeah, we're not designed to do this fight particularly. Let's go heal up though. We've scared off their troops. That's good enough, I guess.
Construction complete. Debris analyzed.
Construction complete where? Way over there. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to upgrade these guys, but the amount of time it'll take. Yeah, that's so interesting. Alright, I think they're healed up. This really isn't ideal. There's that's silicoid there, okay. Do that, and we'll just hope that we don't have to confront all of their ships at once.
Debris analyzed.
What do we get? Shields, fusion missiles, okay. dig that. Death of a great leader. Our Minister of Defense, Esthonia, died. Let's plan a grand parade right now. Gives us unity and military shipbuild speed. Nice. But yes, he was that guy. So we can get this guy in who has faster and ship weapon damage plus 10 shield hardening is quite good, really. Yeah, why not have that guy? He can also take over on the council. There's no other better options, are there? No. What does Sonic do here? Yeah, nothing as an actual leader. Oh well. One more research for luck. Science ship over here is doing. Why don't you, sir, do these? Try and find me a precursor, please.
Construction complete.
What time are we? Okay, only an hour earlier. It is an hour before my bedtime, but I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to last. My eyes are yeah, long weekend. Eyes are super dry. I'm tired as hell. So we'll go for a little while longer, but I think I'm gonna have to yeah, gonna only maybe give it another 5. Oh, we'll try and win it. We'll try and finish this war, right?
Debris analyzed. Xeno station engaged.
We'll get a bit more stuff this time. Ion thrusters, cold fusion power, improved deflectors. I like it. Do you know what we're gonna do? Going in here first. I want to attack these fleets before they heal up. Don't count your planets. Our scientists have discovered something rather monstrous. The mountain range they scanned earlier was in actuality the outer membrane of a gigantic egg. It's uncertain what behemoth could lay such an egg and what horror could hatch from it. Let's study it from afar. I've never cracked the egg open. We're going to crack the egg open.
Situation log updated.
I'm sure it'll get my guy killed. It's a giant monster. What else do I think it's going to do? Of course it's going to murder him. But it's for science. I've got to find out, right? I haven't done it before, and I choose not to do it now. Anti-science, and I can't have that. What is interesting to me is that these alien fleets don't seem to be healing up, which is kind of fucked.
Hostile
Oh, they are.
Xeno fleet engaged.
Cautious. Ship weapon range. Combat disengagement chance. We'll go for this. But yeah, we might need to dip out of this fight. Hope we don't have to flee too far. But I've got a feeling we are going to have to. Well. Oh, he's cracking eggs. Okay. You'll hang out there doing that. You could go there and do that, I guess, and then retreat when the enemy comes. Certainly they will. Let's also get more. Oh, we can upgrade these.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Good.
One of our spaceports is under attack. One of our spaceports has been lost.
Mind over matter, plus 25%. Like it. Don't need that. Don't. Uh, yeah, we'll do that one. But when the other one comes available again, we'll switch over. Death of a Great Leader was Grand Marshal Barulia. Okay. Keep it traditional. And now we head of research with this guy. Cool. This guy's taken over. Which does mean his science ship is now doing nothing. Yes, it does. We have 4 of 3 scientists, but they're already ready. They're already all busy. So that ship's just going to hang out and do its own thing. You're doing nothing at all. Actually, we know all the construction ships are fine. What I'm a bit worried about is that our fleet's going to retreat to there, and rather than using the retreat path that goes from there to there to there, that it's going to be gone for the next 5 years. No, it seems okay. Bemelon. I thought he was Bermelon, interestingly. Bemelon translated the final log entry from the Biolabs computers on Adamir B2. Lab 17, final report. Research Assistant Philidor. Such was Galabor's confidence that we followed him blindly. Testing the prototype on ourselves, our immune systems were initially bolstered. We were nigh invincible to any outside pathogens. Then the mutation started. Galabor perished first. It was difficult to watch. Now the whole team is resting in the morgue, and I will soon join them. We failed. We trusted our lives to Galabor's flawed formula. The universal macrophage works too well. It eventually attacks the host itself. Everything here must be destroyed. Destroy everything, or... Ooh. Organic leader lifespan plus 10. Bio pop growth speed plus 10. We've got to complete Galabor's work. It does hold promise. How exciting. Science bro. You just finished that. There more science to bro around here? That guy's already broing that science. Nope. You're teleporting over here, where you shall excavate that site. Or more accurately, be immediately scared off by the Mentar troops that are coming. A wellspring of unimaginable power calls out to us, but we have yet to learn how to draw from it. Unlocks a special project to breach the shroud. Telepaths now provide an additional 5% resources from Sonic Pops. Telepaths now provide. Okay. Or code breaking and encryption. Telepathic ciphers and code breaking techniques are the next step in operational security. We're going to do that. The Shroud. Like a muffled whisper in a dark room, the Shroud calls to us from within our minds. It is a primordial realm of pure psychic energy that came into being at the dawn of time. All creatures that have been gifted with psionic abilities tap into the Shroud in some way to draw power, even if only subconsciously. Since our transcendence, we have begun to see the Shroud with greater clarity. There are patterns where once even our strongest telepaths could see only a formless mass of swirling energy. There are other things as well. Spirits of a sort that gaze back on us from the other side. Sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with kindness, and sometimes with malice. We are still in the process of learning the extent of our new powers, but it may be possible for us to commune with these spirits. It will require the combined efforts of our most powerful telepaths. We must explore the shroud. Breaching the shroud becomes available as a situation. A very expensive situation. Yeah, that's rough. Still haven't researched this damn thing. Okay, here comes their onslaught once again. I'm trying to think where I should move this science ship that we don't have anyone to man.
One of our spaceports is under attack. One of our spaceports has been lost.
Come on, ships, come back. All is forgiven. Oh, they don't come back until the 12th. Ugh.
One of our spaceports is under attack.
The terminals were harder to reach than anticipated, partially obstructed by cave-ins. Some of the rubble was more recent, indicating a critical failure with the shelter now that it has been disturbed. Caution is advised. Unfortunately, the ancient data processors do not give up their secrets easily. Everything was recorded in a lost language, though the intergalactic communication logs left behind in the interface might be able to help us. By combining this with the abandoned physical media scattered around the shelter, we should be able to complete a basic translation. Additionally, there are still more rooms to investigate as long as the shelter does not collapse. We're going for 1300 research, thanks. Yeah, I wanted to finish this war, but I can't. My eyes are just so dry. So I'm afraid we're going to call it here, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow. I'm really enjoying this campaign, but yeah, I've got to close my eyes. So that makes playing video games quite tricky. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for stopping by. Discord is a thing. YouTube is a thing. Enjoy it. Join it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.